Good morning, traders. This is Pierre Wilkie with StartupTrading.com. It is Tuesday, January 12th, 2021, 8:52 a.m. Eastern Time. So this is going to be a short video today. I don't think there's really a lot to see, but I'll go ahead and throw this on there. But we can see since we've come up to these highs, basically, and where we're at right now, and we could throw this down a little bit. But basically, this 37.75, once we broke out above it, right, we've just been sitting up here for a couple of sessions now. And you can see, it was the same story when we broke out above 37.23, 37.24, right around in there. We kind of stalled around there for a couple of days. Notice how we went up and then popped back under it, rode, back to it, and then popped again, resistance to the previous pop, and then up. This is just basically an uptrend pattern, right? You got a low, a higher low, a high, a higher high, a higher high. So we'll see how long we stay in bounds, but more than likely we'll get a little flashback before we, pop back up. I think that flashback is going to come somewhere between this 37.75. Excuse me. Should have had 2 cups of coffee. So, and right around 37.48. So as we pop back down, you can see that, on the session on the 8th, we popped down to there, So I would really think that we need to test like 37.48, 37.50 before we climb high. But remember, earnings start Friday, before the bell. Basically, we have a little bit of earnings Thursday before the bell, but the real earnings start with the bank on Friday. And I think the market's kind of just in a holding pattern. Powell will be on the mic once this week, maybe taking some questions, but I don't expect that to be too big of a deal. So we'll see, what kind of bounce we have. But ranges, and we didn't talk about the range for the overnight value, but just 19 points was a little bit of contraction so far for what we've had, right? So as we come down here, look at, basically near yesterday's low, right around 12,870 for the NASDAQ, see if that holds. And really up here just above the overnight high at 31,033 basically, to see if that's what holds the YM in check. Until then, I think we're just kind of bouncing in between those zones. And you can see up for the NASDAQ is 13,104 basically up there as well. For the Russell, it could come back pretty much down to 2,030. And for the Dow, you're looking at on the lower side, basically back to 30,610. And I think really we're range bound until then. I don't think there's a whole lot going on. For the ES, you're looking at, basically 38.19, 38.20 on the upper side. But you could actually pull all the way back down to 37.30 on the lower side on an extreme case before anything really changes, right? Until we get above these levels or below those levels, we're kind of just balancing in here. Could we bounce in that next section down? Of course we could. And then could we, put in a little bit of effort above these blue boxes? Sure. So just play the tape. Don't expect for any trend that's going to develop and hold between now and Friday morning, I guess is really what I'm going to, the point of what I'm trying to say today. I hope this helps, but look for a little bit of two-sided action. If we do get one-sided down, don't look for it to, close on the lows for the session. look for it to close somewhere between the 38.2 short and the 50 short for the day near the close as an acceleration back up and popping out. I'll be surprised if we close at anything to do with extremes today. You guys have a great day.